Hello everyone, welcome to my Power BI dashboard. So this is the login page of our dashboard and we have created three dashboards this time, which are the executive dashboard, city dashboard and passenger dashboard. So for clicking on this button at the top right corner, you can see all the dashboard features. And if you want to connect with me, you can click on this button to go to my LinkedIn profile or click on this button to go to my GitHub profile. Now let's go and log into our executive dashboard first. Okay, so this is our executive dashboard. Now let's understand what's going on here. So this is our navigation panel. Clicking on the buttons here, we can go to the different dashboards. Let's go back to executive dashboard for now. This is our filter panel. So we have three filters, which are the benchmark filter, months filter and cities filter. So in benchmark, we have two options, versus target and versus last month. Months filter, we have January to June, and in cities, we have all the 10 cities. This is the clear all filter button, clicking on which will clear all the applied filter and go back to the default state. This is our applied filter panel where we can see all the currently applied filter. So right now we are seeing that versus target is applied by default. So if we select versus last month, and in months, let's just select any random month, and same for cities. So you can see here now we have all the currently applied filters, and when we select the clear all filter button, it will go back to the default state. Now this is the logout button, clicking on which will take us back to the login screen. Let's go back to executive dashboard. Now this button here is the information button. Clicking on it will show you what every visual means, so you can get an idea. Now this button will, clicking on this button will land you to a page where you can download all the dashboard in PDF format, and clicking on this button will take you to a page where you can download all the dashboards in a image format. Now this is our targets overview button. Clicking on this will take you to the targets widget, and what this widget shows, all the information is documented here, and here you can see the targets for each city and each month and how much target was completed. Hovering over it, you will get a tooltip where you get extra information. Again, whatever information you're getting in the tooltip is also documented here, and it shows all three targets, so you can browse them from here. Now these are the four KPI that we have, that are total revenue, total trips, average passenger rating and total new passengers. Now this is the graph that shows the monthly trend for each of them, and hovering over it will show you the peak and the lowest month for each. Now when we select any random month, what happens is these chart gets transformed into weekly trends from monthly trends, and hovering over it will show you the peak and lowest week for that particular month. Let's clear the filter for now. And right now we can see that it's showing for targets versus target, because we have selected here versus target. So if we select here last month, it is data not available. Let's just select a month, and now it shows for the last month. So this visual here shows total distance traveled for new and repeated passengers, and we can drill it down for weekday and weekend. This visual here shows the average fare per kilometer for new and repeated passengers, and again we can drill it down for weekday and weekend. These two visuals here show the revenue and trips contribution for new and repeated passengers, and we can again drill them down for weekday and weekend individually. This visual shows the top 5 and bottom 5 cities for the selected parameter, and we can also switch to months, which will show top 3 and bottom 3 months for that selected parameter. Now let's go back to cities for now. If you select trips here, you will see some bars are in red. The same thing will happen for new passengers and average passenger rating. Now what these red bars show is these cities did not meet their target for did not meet their average passenger rating targets. That's why they are in red. And the cities that are in yellow had met or exceeded their target. So you will see that for new passengers and trips as well. Let's go back to revenue. Here you can see some numbers are there, and these are nothing but the cities ranking. So right now we have not selected any month. Let's just select January. So these are the ratings for January, as January was the first month. And when we select February, you see there are some dash, and here you see there is a change in ranking. So this is showing that Vadodara's ranking has improved by 1 and Coimbator's ranking has gone down by 1. So let's just cross verify by going back to January. You can see Coimbatore was on number 9th and Vadodara was on number 10. But in February, Vadodara was number 9 and Coimbatore was number 10. So that's what this is showing. Similarly, we can see this for any month, and it shows the ranking versus previous month. So if there is no change, then it shows dash. Okay, let's clear the filter. This is all for executive dashboard. Now let's go to the city dashboard. So in the city dashboard, again the KPIs are exactly the same, and these two buttons as well. And this button also shows what are the all the visuals. Now clicking on this will again take us to the widgets overview, and again whatever this widget shows, it's all documented here. And this is a column chart which shows how many months missed the target. So again we can see for all the three targets here. And in city view, a city is always selected and all the visuals are showing data for that particular city. Again, these four visuals are showing the monthly trend for revenue contribution, trips contribution, average fare per kilometer, and total distance traveled for new and repeated passenger. And again, we can drill them down for weekday and weekend. And again, when we select any month, these trends change from monthly to weekly for that particular month. This is our repeat trip frequency analysis, which shows the number percentage of repeat trips taken by the customers. This shows the monthly trend for the selected parameter. Again, when we go to a parameter that had targets, we will see some of the red bars where target was not met. So this was all for our city dashboard. Now let's go to the passenger dashboard. So in passenger dashboard, again these two buttons are same, and this will show you information about all the visual. Now here we have two new KPIs, which are total repeat passenger and repeat passenger rate. Again, hovering over them will show us the peak and lowest month. One change here is that when you select a particular month, the graphs for repeat passengers and repeat passenger rates does not change to weekly trend, because these two KPIs are calculated at a monthly level. So we will again, hovering over them is also showing monthly trends only, because these are calculated at monthly level and not at weekly level. So this first visual is the average passenger rating and average driver ratings, and again we can drill them down for new and repeated passengers and for weekday and weekend as well. This visual shows the repeat trip frequency analysis for the selected slicers. This visual shows the passenger summary. So for each city in each month, we can see how many total passengers were there, out of which how many were new and how many were repeat passenger, and what was the repeat passenger rate. So we can either see for all the cities, and if we want to drill it down for any city, we can see it the monthly trend for that city. This visual here shows the new passenger target performance, and we can also switch it to months and cities, and it will show how many cities or how many months missed the target, and we can further drill it down for with the filters that we already have. So this was all for my Power BI dashboard, and thank you everyone.